You know what? I've come across another one, and you're probably saying, well, come across another one, what? A dickhead, okay? A marketing dickhead. And therefore, you know, the sign beside me here, of course, says it all. There's so many business owners in Australia, America, England, Germany, all around the world who are suffering from this awful disease called dickheaditis when it comes to marketing their business. And I'm going to show you a classic example. If I can bring the camera down and show you a brochure that dropped out of the Sunday newspaper and is promoting the Noosa, which happens to be on the Sunshine Coast of Australia, Food and Wine Festival. Now, I've marked some pages here with some little sticker notes so that I can actually show you why I believe these people who are organising this Food and Wine Festival are dickheads. In fact, it should be saying Noosa Food and Wine Festival presented by dickheads. I think that's really what it should say. And guess who was presented by? Okay, as I open up the page here, this is it drops out of the Sunday newspaper. Here it tells you that these people are from the government. Okay, this has been put together and sponsored by the Tourism Noosa and also the Tourism and Events of Queensland. This happens to be Minister for Tourism, and that's the, I don't know, CEO of Tourism Noosa. And they've put together or endorsed this whole silly brochure. Let me tell you why I think it's silly. First of all, let's just have a look at this page here. And you might say, well, JD, look, you're being a bit tough here. Isn't that, you know, okay? Because they're showing you lots of photos there of meals and, you know, special deals that they've got at these particular restaurants. Well, that might be the case. If you notice that there's something missing here, and it starts with H, that stands for humans. There's no human being here. We are attracted to people who look like us. And I would suspect that a food and wine festival is probably going to be attracting a, you know, upper working class up to probably elite people. And yet there's not one picture of anybody that's, you know, even been to all these restaurants. Now, the food pictures, I'll grant you, not too bad, but it needs humans, okay? Now, wait for it. You think that's, or I think that's bad, at least anyway. Let's go to this page here, which happens to be a double-page spread of I mean, I didn't know whether this was a Wiggles festival. I wasn't quite sure whether maybe halfway through they decided to forget the Food and Wine Festival because no one's going to turn up, and we'll just turn it into, I don't know, maybe Bananas in Pajamas, or maybe a, you know, Wiggles Festival or Play School. I mean, goodness me, please. I mean, it's just silly. It's just silly. When you are trying to attract, presumably, people who can afford to go to some of these nice upmarket restaurants, I don't think this is the ambience that you should be doing. And by the way, it gets better. We're just going to tell you what's on, and I think we'll just bore you completely, you know whatless. Okay, this is the itinerary of what's on. Now, if you're like me, you would have plenty of time to read this line by line by line and then stab yourself through the eye with a pencil. I think that's what you would do by the time you got to the end of it. What have we got in the back cover? Something gripping. You know what? Let's make the back cover as stupid as the front cover. Okay, so let's just see back cover and front cover together. Absolutely. You just ask yourself, and I'll leave the camera on this just for a second before I come back to me. If you were putting on a food and wine festival and you wanted to attract people with money, because most of the restaurants want people with money, okay? They don't want people who are unemployed without teeth and who are wearing flannelette shirts, okay? They want people with money to come into these classy restaurants. And so they're paying in, I would imagine, a certain amount of money to the Tourism Society, and the Tourism Society, or, you know, cooperative or whatever, have put this piece of rubbish together. Is that the sort of imagery that you think is going to attract people with money? No, it's not, okay? This is the sort of imagery that may attract, you know, young mums with, you know, infant children if they were wanting to go to a childcare centre. This is not how you promote, guess what, a food and wine festival. So therefore, really, I have to give them not just the Dickhead of the Week award, but a Gold Logie Dickhead. I mean, this really takes the cake, this one. A food and wine festival that's been promoted like a Wiggles concert. I just don't think it makes sense. Hope you enjoyed my critique. Over and out.